Hello and welcome to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I have literally just arrived in the city from New York. It's just over an hour flight and I'm going to be here for the next 4 days to explore this beautiful city.
Tucked away in southwest Pennsylvania, you'll find Pittsburgh at the point where the Monongahela, Allegheny and Ohio rivers meet. With a metropolitan population of over 2.5 million, it is known as the City of Bridges and the Steel City for its key role in the US steel industry. But the thing I fell in love with the most was the beauty, culture and sense of community. And after watching this video and seeing everything that I got up to in these few days, maybe you'll feel the same way too. So sit down and get comfortable, and come with me as we explore Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It was late one Thursday afternoon when I touched down at Pittsburgh International, and 2024 was on the horizon. I hopped on the 28X airport flyer to my hotel, but I'll show you more of that later. For now, I had one thing on my mind, and that was getting a drink and some dinner. I got an Uber up to Mount Washington and took in the city from above before heading down Shiloh Street and checking out all the bars and restaurants that were on offer there. I settled on a place called Redbeard's Bar and Grill, where I got myself a couple of pints and watched some US sports on the telly before heading for dinner. I chose this cool restaurant called Coughlin's Law, where I had a beautiful meal before heading back to Grandview one more time to take in the city at night ahead of the big day tomorrow.
Good morning from a very bright and sunny Pittsburgh. This is the first stop of the day. This is Phipps Conservatory and Botanical Gardens.
Phipps is known for stunning floral displays and also a beautiful array of plants. Plants with long thorns, long roots, and long lives. There's also a gorgeous section dedicated to Hawaii, which is great to walk around, admiring the life around, above, and below us. Finally, there's an incredibly intricate and detailed model village complete with a nod to Pittsburgh's history. But more of that later.
Right, so I've just left the Phipps Conservatory and Botanical Gardens, and here we are now outside this incredibly beautiful building. This is part of the University of Pittsburgh. The actual uni sprawls across the whole city. We're going to do a tour of this now. Go and see what it's like.
Welcome to the Cathedral of Learning, affectionately known as Cathy by the students. And as I was walking around, it reminded me of something.
I feel like we're in the Great Hall at Hogwarts.
It really is an incredibly beautiful building. And for just $10, I got a 1.5 hour guided tour of the nationality rooms. Now, these are classrooms that have been donated and celebrate the culture of communities from around the world that have had an influence on the city, and they are truly stunning. There are currently 31 rooms with talks of more on the way soon.
That was a fascinating tour exploring the Cathedral of Learning here at the University of Pittsburgh. An amazing tour of the nationality rooms run by John. Now it's 12:30 in the afternoon. We're going to go and get some lunch.
Just across the square from Cathy, you'll find a restaurant called The Porch. I had a delicious ham and butternut squash pizza, and my only criticism of it was that it was so cheesy that I made a bit of a mess. But anyway, let me show you around my hotel.
Okay, what I'm going to do quickly is just come inside, show you my room, put some camera batteries on charge, and then we're going to go out and explore the Carnegie Museums. This is my hotel room, by the way. Let's put some lights on, maybe a lamp or two to make things interesting. It's cute. Let me show you. This is where we were earlier on. If you can see outside, that is the Cathedral of Learning, part of the University of Pittsburgh, where we were not so long ago. And then this is the room here. Nice big bed, a television to watch things on the television. And then as you come around here, there's a little desk where I've been doing some editing in the mornings and evenings. I say so far, I've been here like a few hours. A coffee machine, which I have not made use of yet. Maybe we'll do that now. And then finally, let's just show you this. A bathroom where we have a sink. In here there's a toilet, you don't need to see that. In here there's a shower. And there is a mirror. Let's make a coffee. Intenso. Did I break it? I mean, we're not getting much coffee so far. Oh no! How do I stop? Oh, I think there might be no water in it. That's getting out of the way. Yep, there was no water, so. Hey, come on! Yay! Come on! Look at that! Out you come! Haha! Right, here we go. Oh, it's quite hot. Right, I'll finish this, then we'll go out to the museum. Okay, we're inside now the Carnegie Museums of Art and Natural History. I think there's two. I have to wear my bag on my front. You're not allowed to wear it on your back, which I'm assuming is in case you knock things over, which you don't want to do.
You could easily spend hours wandering around these two museums. The Carnegie Museum of Art and the Carnegie Museum of Natural History both house incredible collections. I started my walk around in the Natural History section, wandering through this beautiful exhibit of gorgeous gems and minerals from across the world, and then into the dinosaur section, showcasing the magnificent beasts that used to roam our lands and seas. And then came perhaps my favourite part, the birds and mammals. I love animals, and a lot of my travels over the past few years have revolved around them. Now I'll be seeing some real-life birds tomorrow, but for now, preserved ones, and ones that were taken too soon. Poor Dodo. But now my two favourites. First up, winning the award for most glamorous turkey is this distinguished gentleman. And then we have this fine lady, winning the Worst Traveller Prize for best posture. Anyway, on to the mammals. And the way this museum displays the exhibits is just perfect, capturing the habitat in an immersive environment alongside a beautifully painted backdrop. Now, bears are actually my favourite animal, so I was very lucky to see them up close. A lot safer than in the wild. Next, I headed to the Carnegie Museum of Art, which again displays the most amazing works from a huge variety of eras. Some of the pieces here are just world class. Impressionism is my personal favourite, so it was great to see some Monet and Gauguin on display. One final thing, I mentioned in the intro that Pittsburgh played a huge role in the US steel industry. Now, years ago, when steel production was rife, this used to be the entrance, and with the doors open, the wind would blow in the smoke and smog. And up until recently, when they refurbished and cleaned this area, the whole of this room was the same colour as this one square that they left, as a reminder of what it used to be like.
Right, that is the first lot of activities done for the day. I've still got my little Carnegie Museum tag on my wrist. All of those things that you've seen today are in this one little Oakland area. There's Carnegie Museums just there. There's the Cathedral of Learning with the nationality rooms, and just down that road, about a 15-minute walk, you have the Phipps Conservatory and Botanical Gardens. Oakland is an incredible area for all of those museums. That's where I ate earlier on, just here at the porch. And now we're going to head back to my hotel, which is literally just there, have a meal in the hotel, and then gonna head out for a little bit of evening entertainment. Hello, good evening. Right, so just got changed. Got my Vincent van Gogh t-shirt on, my favourite t-shirt that I own. And now it's time, don't know where I'm going, to head for dinner.
On the top floor of the Oaklander Hotel, you'll find Spirit and Tales, a gorgeous restaurant with a real variety on the menu, beautifully curated by sous chef Jeff.
Oh wow, I am incredibly full from that meal. It was absolutely incredible. The sous chef at Spirit and Tales, Jeff, came out a couple of times and brought me a couple of dishes himself, which was very sweet. The food was absolutely delicious, but now it's time to head out here, outside, and explore the Pittsburgh Botanical Gardens and an incredible light show.
In the holiday season, Dazzling Nights, a spectacular immersive light show takes place at Pittsburgh Botanic Garden. As you can see, it's a truly unique experience, and combined with the festive music, it's great for all the family, a group of friends, a date night, or even on your own. Like me.
Good morning. A little bit of a jump. I was so tired after leaving Dazzling Nights yesterday. Went home, went straight to bed, woke up this morning and moved to a different hotel. I'm now staying at the Omni William Penn Hotel in downtown. So right in the heart of things. And it is a gorgeous place. It's a little bit chilly this morning, it's been raining. but we're on our way to the Andy Warhol Museum. No time would have passed for you, but I've actually just been in, walked all around the 7 floors and come back. You weren't allowed to film inside, but as you can see from these photos, like, there's some incredible work on display and like detailing his career and his life through the times. Really, really fascinating museum. Now we're going to continue heading in the same direction away from the river, and we're going to go and check out the National Aviary.
The National Aviary is only a short walk away, and it was really interesting to read about all the conservation work and rehabilitation they're doing at this not-for-profit organisation. Some birds now in their care sadly sustained injuries in the wild which would have meant they wouldn't have survived, so they were brought here for a much better quality of life. And some of the birds in their care were incredibly exotic and unique. My favourite section was the tropical rainforest. There were some gorgeous birds in there.
You know, normally I'm actually kind of scared of birds. My mum has a massive bird phobia, and I think sometimes it rubs off on me. But I'm proud of myself. Walking through there with that, I don't know, peacock thing? Probably should have learned its name. Beside me was kind of scary, but I managed it.
Now, I mentioned in the intro about a sense of community in Pittsburgh. A big part of this is the local sports teams, all showcasing black and yellow in their kits. So I went to investigate.
I've just been walking around the area and find myself here at the Pittsburgh Stadium, home of the Pittsburgh Steelers. There's no game on, unfortunately, but there is a pro shop just over there. So let's go and have a look around.
American football is, I think, the only major sport in the world that I haven't watched live, but I hope that'll change soon.
And now, slightly down the road from the Pittsburgh Stadium, home of the Steelers, we have this stadium, the PNC Park, home of the Pittsburgh Pirates, who I believe like to play a bit of baseball.
I won't lie, I am not the biggest baseball fan. I've been to 3 games and got bored at all of them, but I'm willing to have my mind changed.
Just heading back across the river now, and there's the Pirate Stadium that I've just come on. It's so cool how it like opens out onto the river. I'm sure like if you don't get a ticket to the game or something, you still get a bit of the atmosphere, like seeing everyone, like that stadium full. That'll be pretty impressive. But yeah, we're just heading back across 7th now, and we're gonna go and get some food in downtown. But first, we're gonna check in to the Omni William Penn Hotel.
This is the hotel I'll be staying at tonight and for New Year's Eve tomorrow. I dropped off my bags earlier, so headed up to the room and liked what I saw.
Oh wow. It's pretty cool. And then here's the bedroom area. So the doorman is bringing up the thing, and I don't have any cash, which is quite worrying because sometimes, well, I've seen in the movies they like tips. I've got $10. That's quite a lot, isn't it? It's $10. $10 seems a lot to give someone for bringing my bag upstairs. Is that me being mean? I can't tell. I'll just do it. See what it says. Now what? He's here.
How are you, sir?
Hello, sir.
I believe this would be yours, correct?
That is exactly mine.
There you go, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely, sir. Anything you let us know.
This is for you, sir.
Thank you, sir. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Take care, sir. Whoa! Oh, we were calling each other sir, it got hot, and now he was walking away. I didn't need to give it to him. Maybe I did, I can't tell. Maybe he was playing hard to get, but hey, the man got $10 off me. I've got my bag upstairs, and now it's time to, well, put my feet up.
Sadly, I didn't have time to put my feet up, but I did go and get a quick Five Guys.
Oh, okay, so it's now just gone 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm on my way to a place called Weigel Whiskey Distillery. We're going to do a little tour and hopefully have a little drink as well.
I found out locals call it Wiggle Whiskey, not Weigel. But either way, the tour was fascinating, hearing all about the history of the company being taxed by Alexander Hamilton to the production of it in this distillery today. And I was of course very, very happy about all the free samples too. Listen to how I pronounce the word distillery in this next clip to see how it affected me.
So just got back to the hotel after the whiskey distillery tour. As they gave us quite a few samples, I decided to come back here to rehydrate and have a quick costume change before now heading out to dinner.
Slurring my words, and it had only just gone 6 p.m. But never mind. I was about to soak it up with some incredible food from Dia Noya's, a beautiful Italian restaurant with a delicious menu in the Strip District, before heading back to the William Penn for an early night.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is now time to head out. I've had a little bit of a lie-in. It's New Year's Eve. I didn't want to get up too early because I knew I'd be up late tonight. But now we're going to head to the Heinz History Centre, which, spoiler alert, may have something to do with tomato ketchup.
I was so impressed with this place. It is so much more than a ketchup museum. And there is of course a big section on Heinz which originated in Pittsburgh, which was really interesting, even if they did do the UK dirty with the baked beans pizza. But the rest of the museum was full of a whole variety of exhibits and archives, and the most amazing sports museum detailing the history of Pittsburgh's teams.
Right, just leaving the Heinz History Centre now, and that was pretty darn good. I said darn, that's an American thing. Pretty darn good. I'm sure future Tom has just done a little documentation, like voiceover of all the stuff that I filmed, but there was so many exhibits in one museum. It was absolutely fascinating. But yeah, just waiting for an Uber now, and I'm gonna head to make a candle, actually. You know what, just standing here waiting for the Uber, I've just seen this sign right here. The #2 History Museum in America. That pretty much says it all. Incredible.
So I hopped in the Uber to Lawrenceville to Mix Candle Co. You start by choosing your favourite smells from the scent wall. My favourites were peach, marshmallow and strawberry jam, my favourite foods. You then choose a jar for your candle before measuring out your perfect blend of chosen scents before pouring it into the hot wax, stirring and then leaving it to set for a few hours. I then decided to explore Lawrenceville. There are some beautiful boutique shops which I wandered around before going to Industry Public House, where I got a burger and a pint and watched some more US sports on the telly. And then, after a little while, I headed back to collect my candle.
Good evening. I won't lie to you, I have been back to sleep, but I'm awake now and we're ready to head outside. It is currently 7:30 in the evening. It's 4.5 hours till 2024. And the first night celebrations commence in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Very, very excited for it. I've got myself one of these, which is a little badge, or a button, as they say in America. And I wear that, which lights up, and that gets me into a few different places around the city for the celebrations this evening. So let's go and find out what's on offer.
First up, I headed to the Highmark stage where I watched an incredible acrobatic performance before heading into the O'Reilly Theatre.
Okay, this is actually really, really cute. They've given me like a little mug, and I went inside and got a brownie from O'Reilly Theatre. There's loads of stuff going on. There's tarot card reading shortly. Well, it's going on, but there's a queue. So I think I'm going to go back at some point to find out my future, to find out what's in store for 2024. And oh, there's a clown in a thing. Don't know if you can see. He's in a lift. There he is. But just here, there's a parade about to happen. I don't know if you can see the queues gathered along the side of the road. Feels like something out of Disneyland. Let's go and investigate. I think it starts in about 2 minutes' time.
As we gathered along Penn Avenue, the police were entertaining the crowd with their sidecars, picking up kids along the street and doing wheelies to many cheers from the crowd. And then came the parade, featuring amazing costumes and decorations. The community spirit was clear for all to see, with many local groups and organisations marching together. And then, after the parade, I made my way to Benedum Theatre.
I've just joined a line for tarot card reading. It's quite a long line at the moment, but I'm kind of scared.
30 minutes of queuing later, my time had come.
Oh dear. I don't think it was good. I do not think it was good at all. That's really started 2024 off on a fantastic note. I think she started it off by saying she was really struggling to kind of put her words together, and she was like, "Are you not feeling fulfilled at the moment?" And I was like, "Well, what? Don't know. Shut up." But hey, oh god, this is what they were. I was only meant to pick 3, but 2 were stuck together in a black magic kind of way, I suppose. So I had 4 cards read. Got my money's worth. I didn't pay actually, so it was free. Anyway, but yeah, who knows? I don't know if I believe those kind of things, but those are the cards once you just saw. What are your thoughts? Okay, back in the hotel. Don't worry, we have not missed New Year. It is currently 21:46, 9:46 in the evening, 2 hours 15 minutes until the fireworks happen and we ring in 2024. What I'm going to try and do is go to the place where I started this video, Mount Washington, to overlook the whole city and see the fireworks go off. I just spoke to the hotel reception downstairs and they said it's going to be heaving with people, so I think I might need to get an Uber to drive all the way around and then walk down from it as opposed to trying to go up. Let's give it a go.
It was only a very short ride up to the top, and I was surprised by how few people there were.
There he goes. Lovely man. Very, very lovely man. And there's the view. There's the view. It's starting to rain, and do you know what? There's hardly anyone here. It's not as if Mount Washington is a secret, like... This is unbelievable. I have this whole place... Oh, nearly fell. This whole place to myself. The fireworks are going to be going off here. Incredible. 2 hours to go. Actually, no, maybe not. Hour and 38 minutes to go. Do you know what? As it's not too quiet, what I think I'm going to do is, if you remember, I came here on my first night. I went down there to what I think is called Shiloh Street. I'm going to go to a pub. I'm going to go to the pub that I went to on the first night, have a little drink, and then come back here. And hopefully it won't have got too busy.
I found myself a spot at the bar in Redbeards, and was there quite a while.
Okay, right. I am a bit later than I initially planned to be. It is currently 20 to 12 in the evening. We have 22 minutes until 2024. And I was a bit longer because I met this lovely couple in Redbeards called Sebastian and Abby. They bought me a couple of drinks, which was very, very sweet of them. And talking about life in Pittsburgh, it's such a beautiful city, an incredibly friendly city, incredibly different to New York as well. But hey, we're here now at the top of Mount Washington. 20 minutes till the fireworks. I think this should be a good view.
And then, right on time, 2024 had arrived. The Pittsburgh celebrations for New Year may not compare in scale to those seen in New York or London, but the atmosphere and sense of community was incredibly wholesome. Groups of families and friends lined upon Mount Washington, overlooking the city they call home, accompanied by a trumpeter on his balcony, all ringing in the new year together.
Good morning. A very happy new year. I am just kind of getting my final bits together to check out the hotel and do a final little bit of exploring. There's something really cool that I want to see today.
First up, with a bit of snow in the air, I headed to Randyland, genuinely one of the coolest places I've been on my travels. And I've actually heard that quite often the co-founder, Randy Gilson, is to be found here chatting to visitors. Randyland houses an amazing collection of unusual and niche found items, and I knew as soon as I arrived, I wouldn't want to leave.
I think I might love this place, you know. It is... it's beautiful. Not only is the collection incredible, the colours are beautiful, the art is insane, but there's so much, like, messages of positivity as well. Like, just here, it's called a Karma Shed, where they're selling t-shirts. There's no one manning it, but they're just trusting that people will pay and make donations. This isn't the biggest place in the world, but I think I've probably been here about 20 minutes so far. You're constantly walking around and seeing new things each time, little kind of like details. Everything has been painted individually. Like outside, each brick is painted a different color as well. Beautiful. What an incredible place. If you are ever in Pittsburgh, honestly, give Randyland a visit. A place built on positivity and trust. They just rely on donations, right? Just to continue buying paint, to continue adding to the collection. Incredible. It is very nearly the end of my time here in Pittsburgh. I leave back for New York later on. But there's one more thing that I want to do. It's called the Duquesne Incline, and it's going to take me back up to Mount Washington, but in quite a cool way.
That's right, I'm going to head up Mount Washington in a 146-year-old funicular, and when you hop on, it is truly like being sent way back in time. When I got to the top, I quickly popped into the small museum where you can see the inner workings of the incline before checking out the observation deck.
So, just at the top of the observation deck at the Duquesne Incline now. And the views are absolutely incredible. This is the point here where the three rivers meet. And I think that's where I might go now. Just to be in that point, have the city behind me, and say goodbye to an incredible time in Pittsburgh.
After a quick ride down and a walk across the river, I'd arrived at the end point of an incredible few days in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
And then, here we are. Pittsburgh is the city of three rivers. This is the point where those three rivers meet. You've got the Monongahela, the Allegheny, and then just behind me here is the Ohio River, I assume which leads to Ohio. But honestly, I cannot recommend Pittsburgh enough. It is such an incredibly beautiful, beautiful city. My 4 days here have been incredible. I've done so many things. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have any further questions, drop me a message on Instagram or whatever. I'm more than happy to help you out with tips for this beautiful place. And there go the birds. So am I. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the other videos and see you soon.